Howdys and salutations, y'all. How we doing? Hopefully it's been a good long week for y'all. Guess it's a normal length week. They don't really change length, do they? Feels like it's been a long time. Been been wild. It's been busy. But it's been good. So, I'm just trying to reset where we left off, because I know we were having a little fun with the colors, but I wasn't really expecting to open this up to stinking Populux Miquella. So, which for the record is the style of that old, like, mid-century kind of pastel, but still really bright about it, art style you see a lot of in, like, the 50s and 60s. Very vintage, very Route 66, if y'all ever saw Cars. Flo's gas station is all about that style. Like, soda fountains and such. Anyway, it's a fun aesthetic, to say the least. This is not exactly capturing it well. Nor was it meant to. This was just silly neon nonsense. Which we will be probably putting away here in a moment. But, you know, I gotta say... Oops, sorry, getting twitchy. It's been a long day, but that is A-okay, and we're here to stream now. But yeah, no, it's been fun. Fun with Miquella, fun with everything. And thankfully, while it was a long time, that gave me a little time to think about where we, you know, actually want to go with this. Because we were sort of at a loss for that last time, or at least I was. Maybe y'all had brilliant ideas, but nobody threw them my way, so they don't count. Although if y'all want to shout ideas at me, by all means. Okay, so that... out of curiosity... Oh, yeah, it's just literally because they're in the background. Okay, so... I'm going to take all this stuff. We're just going to dunk that in a folder. Looks like we've already built a nice ready-made folder for it, even. Okay. Folder 1. We'll hide all of them except the circles for now. But of course, in reality, we're going to hide all of them full stop. And we'll call this Color Experiments. Because that's what that really was. We were just messing around with ideas, which is A-okay. Oh yeah, the palette experiments, and we've got a lot of layer mess that we'll want to clean up at some point. Yeah, having that in the background. Interesting, interesting. Anyway, don't mind me. It's gonna... palette tests. We'll just put that one away, too. Boop. Okay. So right now we've got only values. We can throw the sketch on there if we want, but I don't know that that adds much other than just some texture around here. And actually, those folds having that is kind of neat. I don't hate that. I'd have to adjust the lines to fit in certain areas and hide the eyes. Maybe make this a little lighter, but like all in all, really not bad. Still, this definitely feels extremely dramatic, as I should hope it would. Oh yeah. So many iterations on this. Nothing in this, not a single stage of this has gone easily, except, credit where it's due, this weird contrast guide thing that we just did, and like, borderline could have been the finished product. But we're not gonna do that. Ooh. Okay, that actually, if we took away the stuff that's on the background and we just had it over Miquella, I'm actually kind of loving that already. Because what I was gonna suggest, and there will be tweaks to make, of course, but... what brush did I use? Really? I just used the basic real G pen. Okay. Interesting. Well, that might simplify things. My thoughts at this point are... well, basically, I kind of... well, this is making me rethink it a little bit, but I basically love the grayscale look and the intensity that it has. Like, there's so much on this one that looks so cool already, and I really like it. Kind of thing that I'd be willing to share already. However, I do think that a little pop of color would do it some good. Just because I do like single color scheme things, and where they've got just like one color as the accent, it really does make them pop better. And it would make sense lore-wise to have a little something going on with this. If not lore-wise, then at least based on the composition. That's such a focal thing. It ought to have some clarity as to what's going on. Besides the clarity of zooming massively up on it, which still, I'm sure, doesn't clarify much. But that's okay. Actually, I see a line that shouldn't be there. Well, no, actually, no, it fits. It's right. Okay. In any case, my thoughts today were we got two things to work on. I do want to do a little color, like that little splash of color to make something pop. Not maybe the whole drama, but like something. And then I would like to do a little bit more on backgrounds and perhaps Niall in the background. Nothing crazy. I remember some earlier iteration we had him hanging out over here. We may have had a light source or at least some bricks and stuff going on. Pardon me. It'll be a fun chance to mess with the perspective a little more. Which is always a joy. Because even if our perspective is... oh, jeepers, it's been a long time since we did the perspective lines. And I think they line up like just slightly above Miquella's head. But we could have a light source on a wall over here. Kind of like a dome or something there, because there is one. Like, it's something that we could work with. And we could make it very faint. Just the occasional light catching it to make it pop, but nothing crazy. Yeah. So background and a little bit of color. But, before we mess with that, and I guess I had to put all the background behind Miquella, but in front of the background, like just the flat black one we have already, so... I'm gonna pop these into palette test just to get them all out of the way. I don't even remember what more reworking is. Ah, okay. Oh, hey, it's the one! Okay, so yeah, that window, horribly wrong angle. I see why that wasn't working now. Somewhere up there. Niall just kind of leaning in. Again, much more faint, much less important of a figure. And even this looks just cool and dramatic in its own right. So much work to get it to that point, though. Okay, so we'll hang on to that one. That one, ooh, early sketch is rough. Still got us a long way ahead of where it could have been, but I'm glad we did the reworks. Jeepers. Oh, the giant hand. How many iterations ago? And that one was a breakthrough sketch for its phase compared to what was before. Oh, jeepers, this one. I do want to have this done before the end of the year. Like, at this point, that's my deadline. Which will be interesting, because next month we're not going to work on it at all. For two reasons. One of them, quick reminder that next week, we will not be streaming, just at all. I have a business thing I have to go do, which I'm going to enjoy, but streaming is not going to happen at that time. And then, honestly, I can't guarantee a stream on the following Monday either. I had genuinely, like, 5 things line up to be over the course of this weekend and next weekend. It's crazy. So, I'm gonna put a big ol' maybe on that Monday stream. I'm gonna hope we do. I hope we do at least, like, Stardew or something. Just to have some fun with it. I don't think we'll ever be going back to that Baldur's Gate run. As much as I do enjoy Baldur's Gate, I should just make the character in advance, because trying to do it on stream, I just was like, let's just do silly things. I'm in a rush. I'd like to actually get to the game a little bit, and, I don't love our character. He's kind of a cotton-candied gnome-monk nightmare. Effective, don't get me wrong, and maybe intriguing, but he's not a character I actually want to spend any amount of, like, time playing with. He seems massively unpleasant. So, we'll work on something else. Maybe a tiefling. I'm sure not enough people have done tiefling runs. Maybe a drow, though. That'd be fun. Sure that's gonna lead to some interesting dialogue options with people. And I could break out an old NPC. OC. Honestly, same difference. When all my OCs are for Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, so we'll see. Next week, nothing. The Monday after that's a maybe. But once we do get back in the swing of things, it's gonna be Witchtober. Which, for the record, I'm right now out the gate. We're not committing to finishing squat of that challenge. We're just gonna pick prompts that are nice and do them and have fun. Maybe it'll be like a brainstorming thing. Maybe we'll do a bunch of just like super rough sketches or like doodles or what have you. But we'll see when we get there. But we are not committing to 31 nice finished drawings when we aren't even going to have a stream until like at midway through the month. It just ain't going to happen. So we'll just have fun with it. Because I want to draw more witch characters anyway. Salt is fun, but she needs more friends. But in any case... This week, however, we've got our 2 streams this week. And then, yeah, the other thing is next month, maybe we rework the stream schedule a little bit. Things have been hectic, to say the least. Motivation's been a little weird. Man, the drop art fight was so exciting. There's so many people doing things and so much activity. And, like, honestly, I'm still, like... still, like, trying to catch that wave again. Oh, I miss it. But, we'll get there. We'll get there. The other thing is I've had to step back on my streams a little bit in general. Y'all know the Sunday ones, of course, just kind of weren't working, but, like, I've just had more things come up in life. Like, it's gotten busier. So we're just trying to pace ourselves a little bit. So sorry about that, but, is what it is. As we get more time to do it, I'd love to commit more time to it. Because, obviously, it has had a major positive impact on my art. But I'm also... I worry that in the current place it's at with my streaming, just to think about this while we're thinking through shapes and colors and such. But I will actually start like working on the art rather than just flicking through layers. This one's intriguing. It's so pop art, but that's not the right word for it. It's too big. Anyway, but as far as streaming is concerned, I'm a little worried that I'm reaching the point where, like, what's the phrase? Diminishing returns, at least with my current strategy, with the stuff I've currently been doing. Because as I've said from the start, my goal with this is not to be a streamer, necessarily. My goal is just, to get better at art and have people to get better at art with. Folks to exchange art with, to practice, all that jazz. And it's been fun, it's been a blast. But since I'm not really trying to... I mean, I'd love to build something of an audience, or at least a community. I say at least. I'd rather have a community than an audience, honestly. Folks to connect with and hang out with. And I feel like streaming hasn't really built that alone. I may have to try to find that by, like, joining a separate group or getting active in another streamer's thing as, like, a fan artist or some such. But, like, finding other things to focus my art on, because I'm kind of... And, you know, this may just be a phase thing. Maybe we'll get back into it. Obviously, this always ebbs and flows. But, like, I feel like the art improvements, while they're still making great headway, are the kind of thing that might be better done on a less consistent schedule. Like, go nuts on, like, an art fight season or what have you. And then, like, in the off seasons, just pull back more, because I've been having a lot more satisfaction with other media. Like actually pencil and paper stuff. And if all goes according to plan, next year I may have a better setup for non-digital art streams, which would open up a lot of opportunities. Potentially, anyway. And, you know, maybe we could stream some more games, mix things up a little bit. We'll see, but... Actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to stream my main Baldur's Gate playthrough, just so I finish the darn thing. I ran into a bug with Halsin's Quest, and that's been disappointing, but we shall get there when we get there. The point, of course, is none of that stuff. It's just that, like, we may be shifting we may be shifting the format of things a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Oh, hey, May, how are you doing? Good to see ya. Okay, so that one's... Oh, right, we want a color layer. But yeah, so I'm just sort of spitballing, thinking aloud right now. So I've got no idea how much of this is going to persist in the, like, you know, maybe by next month, everything, like, I'll have had a little break because of the work stuff, and I'll be super refreshed and ready to go. But, like, right now I'm just at the point where I'm like, I feel like I'm not trying to build the Twitch streamy stuff so much, and, like, I'm not getting the same, like, there might be better ways to do the art practice now. So we'll see. But I don't want to lose out on all the cool people I've met, so I'm definitely still going to be, like, around. Like, it's been an absolute blast. Oops, that got a little off Of course. It's been an absolute blast getting to meet so many cool people. Oh, yeah, some people get snappy about that. Yeah. Sorry I had to deal with that. Self-promo is such a tricky topic. Like, it's the reason I could probably self-promo in, like, a bunch... If I was trying to build, like, a proper Twitch following and I wasn't just doing this for art, like, there's a ton of Discord channels that I could start self-promoing in. You know, places that have established places for it and everything. But, like, on the one hand, it still feels a little awkward, because, like, you're worried, like, oh, are they just here to self-promo? Because I'm definitely like the quiet lurker type, so they probably wouldn't see me much outside of it. And then also, I don't have the time and energy to go and make posts, or even set up the automations for posts in, like, 12 different Discord servers. I'm just like, I can't do that. Yeah, decent person, but tired and snappy. We've all had those days. It happens. Hopefully you'll catch them on a better stream in the future. Okay. So now, trying to actually think through flow of this light a little bit more. Yeah, I'd probably hit some of that. I would catch some of that. Not that. I'm glad you've had a good day besides that. That's excellent to hear. Let's see. What about, like, maybe a deeper indigo blue on this or something? Whoops. Whoopsie-doo. Well, okay, there we go. Just a wild undo there. Always good news to have a good day. My day's been pretty good, too. I will admit, I am, like, horribly exhausted right now. I gave up YouTube a while back because, I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like I drain hours on it. Like, it's not that any of the stuff's bad. I still like all the content creators I followed. But, like, it just eats so much time. But yesterday I was like, it's been a while. It'll probably be fine. And then I burned 3 hours and got to bed at, like, 2 in the morning. And I was like, ooh, I remember why I banned this now. But that's been okay. It's still been a good day despite that. Trying to figure out how we want to do this. Color does make it pop more, I have to admit. But, like, I've already figured out where most of it's gonna land. I guess we could just... Well, no, because it still ought to only be the areas where the light's coming from this as opposed to some other source. But, I mean, that is also, like, most of the drawing. I need to think out. Oh, good mood since Saturday. Even better. Long-term good moods are always nice. Yeah. Yo, Kelson! Howdy, what brings you this way? Well, in any case, good to see you. We're just messing around with the colors on this. The problem is it's hard to find any colors that look better or at least more dramatic than just this in its own right. So I'm trying to figure out how we want to do that. Guess that even does shade the black a little bit. Okay, we can use that to our advantage. Because it's not quite solid black. Okay. Maybe it's time to actually break out the section folders again. Not necessarily like the individual layers we built out last time. That was too much. But, some of the things we can work with. Yeah! Calio or Calio, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to guess the pronunciation, was looking really sharp. That was a cool design. That's good on that one. I mean, actually, almost everything except the rim lighting. And the shotel. Okay. Ah, Calio. Okay, no, that's a good one. If I move Charm down to here... Yeah, I figured that wouldn't affect anything. Nice. Alright, that means I can get most of it now. With the nice color layer here. Unfortunately, I can't clip it still, but we'll just erase the edges, that's fine. Let's go full blue on this for now. Yeah, I mean... there's a psychological explanation for that, I think. And it's not just people reading too much. It's like... We try to fit stuff into things we already understand, and so when you see a name you're not familiar with, you're like, oh, it's probably one I am familiar with, or you might just, like, not even notice. But yeah, good of you to be, like, to be open to interpretation on that stuff. Because I know some people get into long, bitter internet fights over that kind of thing, and it is not worth it. I was afraid that's what it selected. Okay. Okay. Nope, still the wrong tool. There we go. I'll come back and do the hair with some level of actual detail later. I'd rather do it in an additive way rather than a removal way for it, though, so we'll come back and actually do that one properly. It actually turned out really wild. It's like kind of porcupine-y. Fair enough. Gotta mix it up a little bit with the OCs. I guess, you know, I'm realizing I may have only drawn, like... I'm not sure. I've drawn any of my guy OCs on here. I do have them, but I haven't done any on stream. Maybe that's something we can fix next time. I mean, we spent enough time with Miquella. Eating up a stupidly large percentage of my total stream time. Okay. Right, I need to clear this one up first. Too big. Hey, more than one person can own the same scarf. There's no rules that scarves have to be exclusive. See. I love that, like, Sans OC is like its own category at this point. It's not just an Undertale OC. It's specifically Sans because there's so many of them. Yeah, it's just like putting an Easter egg in something. Little bonus clue. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna end up going over the same edge like 4 times, cleaning it up and then accidentally erasing too much, and then returning, and then erasing too much again. Yep, there we go. With progressively smaller brushes until it's sorted out. Oh well. Honestly, that's the kind of meditative thing that I'm totally down for right now. Okay. But this way we can at least get a general feel for it. and then we need to do the same thing on this one. Color layer. Good. Always got to remember to make these color layers or else it won't stack right. Alright, I'm still in Invis. Of course, the rim light should be a different color, although I'll have to figure out what color. Yeah, learning how to not smudge your art is a whole separate skill in its own right when you're doing, like, traditional stuff. Let's see. Okay, so these are just roughed in at the moment to get a feel for how it looks. And then we will obviously tweak and improve and change. But, let's... Like, because now it doesn't look like the blue's emanating from it properly. So I do need to be careful about not including the wrong lights in it. For example, this edge light, definitely not going to be emanating from that source. Whatever color it will be, it won't be blue. And for that, and same for actually probably a lot of the hair light too. Only for, oops, yeah, right, that one's going to be on its special layer. There's reasons. Oh, that a different one? You did send some our way. Yeah, I got a little excited in Art Fight and shared my art in a bunch of different servers, and then, like, kind of forgot for a while, and was like, what are these notifications? Whoops. I feel like the blue ought to be, like, a little more contained, perhaps. Clear out more of the edge hair. It's probably not being from it. That won't be. Face, of course, will be, but... Shadow on that one won't have much, really any blue on it. This part, and we'll smooth these edges. Again, we're just sort of lining stuff up right now. Pardon me. To drink some water. Oh, I should mention, just as a heads up, today's probably not going to be a full 2-hour stream night. Just, well, A, for sleep reasons, B, for I don't think the content's going to take us 2 hours to do the stuff that I was planning on doing today, and C, because, got like a canker sore, and so if I talk too long, it gets really angry. So, at some point, I may just, like, abruptly shut up, and, we'll see. We'll see if it gets off. It gets aggravated. It's been doing better lately, so maybe we'll be in the clear on that. But there will still be a little bit on the hand here. Alright, this is starting to come together better. And I'll have to check out the server in just a minute. I'm want to make sure I don't lose my train of thought on this one real quick. That blue could plausibly illuminate most of that. Not all of it, though. is what parts would it not reach? Areas with the light in general might reach, but this wouldn't? That wouldn't really make sense with what we're doing. Okay. I'm gonna make a point of keeping the top of the face not blue at all, but instead like full black on that one. Because we want it to stay immersed in those ominous shadows as much as possible. We'll come back and make the reflection more blue. But, or whatever color this layer ends up being. There's one option we have once we get this sorted out once, which is why I'm taking my time on it a little more. But also not committing fully. I'm just sort of testing. Okay, I can't have anything that's, like, brightly illuminated, but some of the shadows here can still, in fact, be normal shadows. Okay. And of course, we'll have to deal with the show-tell as well. That's actually easy enough to do. Well, I say that. We'll see if this works. Awesome, that totally worked. Yeah, it's funny the shorthand that you start to develop both in writing and in art for that sort of thing. Let's see, I mean, we could just go bold all in on it, which will not look good, but it will be a start. I suppose really what I ought to do is, not that. Nice as that color scheme is, it's much too calm ocean for this. My layering. Yeah, we won't be using this over-convoluted layering method in the future. This is not actually paid off at all. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just take our... Oops. Take our layer back out here. Put it to show-tell as a whole. And then we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way. Say the old-fashioned lazy way, but the fill bucket is not really going to be that big of a help here. A little bit, not a ton. Well, it's a clever tool. There we go. I like the click and drag fill options where it'll just fill stuff of the same color. That's pretty nice. And it'll fill everything of the same color that you happen to run over, so I'll just clear some of them gaps. We're still gonna have to do a little manual cleanup, of course. The fill bucket is a lifesaver. My only problem is that it ends up kind of like rasterized and pixely in Clip Studio Paint for whatever reason. So I'm working on figuring out how to fix that. It would be nice to get smoother edges on my fills. But that's no matter. Oh, we'll go ahead and clear that one. Clear up these edges. my theory's right, this will be a big time save. If my theory's wrong, then, well, it won't be a big time save. We'll just have to see. You know, I've never used the liquefy tool. I'm sure it's handy, but, like, I just haven't messed with it at all. Guess that's the next one I ought to figure out. Probably save me a lot of time. Ah, okay, that's good to know. Yeah, when I messed with it, stuff just kind of looked warpy. But I'm sure there's, like, it's intended to allow you to, like, move elements or just, like, shift them around a little bit. Which, really nice. If I could get it to work, so. You know, I feel like the shadow on the Shotel ought to be, like, harsher. Okay. But now that we've done this, now that we've just a lot of stinking layers of mess here. That layer's not doing anything. That layer's doing a little bit. Warp or transform. Oh, interesting. Okay. But now, if I wanted to shift this to a gold hue instead, boom, it'll only color the stuff we've already done. Well, thank you for the tip. I'll have to check out Warp and Transform then. I've never worked in Photoshop. I mean, I guess there was like one summer camp where I did a 2-hour Photoshop training session and they just walked through what the tools were. I'm not sure that counts. Okay. Oh. I don't know why that one little blue-green blob is, like, right here in the middle. Like on the tunic. I wonder what happened there. I'll have to fix that. And then, of course, the third one. Right, it's up here. The color layer, clipped. And boom. So now if we want to mess with the actual colors, we have that option more directly. It'll be a lot easier. Oops, nope, not that one. Let's see. I need to do not that one. Really? Now they're not doing anything? Oh, right, that's the wrong. Got it. Hotel itself. That's what I really need to do. Nab a layer on here. Oh, that works. Go into our grayscale and grab a darker one and see where this lands us. Well, that is ominous in its own right, and does have a better kick to it. Not the minty Shotel. Now if we go red. Oh yeah, that does look better. And of course there's the option to basically only have the highlight on the top, which I don't think is actually what we're going to want to go for. But it is an option. Nah, this one does look better with the red, like, all on it. Okay, let me label my layers so I remember what the heck is happening here. I don't think that layer is anything, so we're just going to toss that one. That's our contrast guide. Not using it actively anymore, but that's okay. Oh, right, that's the one that... Well, no, because that one had the blue glow on it. I guess something above it, or... Oh, maybe something below it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Charm, Wish, Hotel, Charm Light is what I'm going to call these. Hotel, Charm, Light, Color. These are terrible layer names. They're far too long. But that's okay. Light. Charm, Light. Color. And we'll just say tunic, even though it's all of it. Charm light. And I really ought to call it charm light hue, because that's what it is, but it's got the saturation too, so we'll just use the logical term. Pardon me. Okay. Let's see. So now I can edit all of that easily as I want. Oops, wrong layer. There we go. I can bring this one with it. Oh, right. The reason it's so faded is because I had faded it out a little bit. Man, it does look so dramatic just like this, though. Like the super lazy, just scribbled on. Looks very cool and is going to be hard to top. We might end up with multiple versions of this drawing by the end. I'm gonna duplicate this if I have it. Yep. I want to do one where, let's see if it'll let me select. I'm sure it won't. Yeah, it's not the best. Okay. Ah, that works. At least sorta. That's a solid effort. There we go. I don't want to put a dot there. I want to steal the color of it. Get color from layer this time. Boop, 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 boop. Ah! Every time. Honestly, these, if we end up with like a little bit of color glow around them, kind of still works. Oh yeah? Oh hey, congrats! It's always big news. Let's see with this. I'll admit I'm hardly an expert in the area. but yeah, congratulations. Hope it all goes well. Well, that just means you have a lot of experience. You know what to pay attention to next. And there is something to be said for that. Like, I know people sometimes say that in a bantery way, but, like, genuinely, like, practice makes perfect does apply to all things. And it is seriously, like, a good thing. Thought that looked wrong. Blue. There we go. Well, but at least hopefully you know what was bad in that one, so now you know not to do it this time. If anything, it's easier to fix, at least in theory. Obviously, in practice, life tends to be a little bit more complicated than a couple of witticisms, but still, that's exciting. That's good news. Let's see. Honestly, knowing what to look for in yourself is probably a harder thing to learn. So if you're figuring that out, that's actually really good. That's not gonna quite match. Nope. And let me nab that blur tool if I can ever find it. Ah! Gradients are not a thing that we've messed with at all in these streams. Always something new to learn. It's definitely not the right tool. Okay, pick from the actual color. Come back over here. Get like a little reflection going on here. What do y'all say? Just a bit. A little bit on the hand too. The rest of that gradient's actually looking pretty decent, if I do say so myself. Like, not amazing, but functional. I think I'm going to want the smaller blending for this, actually. So we don't just obliterate the blue. Absolutely true. Nothing ever to stop you from learning and figuring out something better for the next time. Ah, okay, now let me clean up one thing on this layer. Actually, let me see if we can magic it away. Not a great edge, but easier than having to do all that by hand, and now we just have a little bit to clean up. Dippity-doo, 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 ba-ba-dow. Oops, let me... Maybe a little more blue would also do some good on here. It does seem like there ought to be blue along this whole thing. Even if it's not as potent as it is over there. Like a little bit along the edge. Oops. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, good. It started loading for a second, and then sometimes that means it's about to crash, and it has been a few too many moments since I've saved. So let's actually save now. Okay. This is a wild look, and I don't know if it's at all what we're actually going to end up going for. But I think it's where I want to stop for colors today. So instead, let's take a look-see back at the more reworking layer, I think. Wasn't the rough sketch layer. There we go. There's some stuff we can do with the perspective here, which should be interesting. Oh, hey, that's actually a pretty well drawn arm. There's so much there is so much random junk like in these layers, because this task has been open for so long. We don't need Neo new torso. It was handy at one point, but no longer. Okay. Remember background. Yes, thank you. Okay. Let's add a new folder in here. Background characters. And I am going to just nab one of my grays. We'll keep it pretty dark for now. We don't want these to pop like at all. We'll chuck a layer in here. Actually, this should be a section. Hook it up here. Guess near. I put it in the final sketch, didn't I? Ah, that's fine. That'll be okay for now. We'll leave that as is. But I guess this really ought to just be separate entirely, huh? Okay. Background characters. Hey, go ahead and go to 30 for now. Just sort of capture. Well, let's capture the perspective first. I think there's perspective rulers. Might be a good chance to mess with those. We haven't messed with them before. And since I'm not necessarily expecting this to be a super productive second half of the stream, mainly because I don't expect to go the whole time, not a bad chance to mess with it. Okay, add vanishing point. What have I done? Oh, okay, I gotta choose the horizon. Oh, what on earth is the horizon line on something vertical like that? Nope, it'd still be like this. And then I can make more perspective lines. Okay, no, wait. How does this work? Okay. Yeah, see you in a bit, May. What are these vertical lines? Out of curiosity, if I then try to draw along these. So, alright, so it wants to snap to one of these four. Or 6? We had an angle going there for a while. Heckin' rulers. They're so baffling. I'm gonna want the big eraser for this one. I can already tell. mean, these do make it nice to draw a straight line, but they're not actually helping me all that much as far as vanishing point's concerned. Okay, let's try a different type of... Whoops. Different type of ruler, because there's another one... Oh, the symmetrical ruler. Ooh, actually, that might be a good one to have for this. No, it wouldn't. Yes, it would, baby. Uncertain. We do that. Not going to look great. I mean, we can make a nice, like, just fun pattern with that, but can we actually make, like, a believable ceiling? Skeptical. We can. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, and the whole thing moves with it. Huh. Oh. Okay. Probably should have made this a vector layer. Oh well. I have to actually go dig out my old reference images from way back when of what Castle Sol even looks like. Sorry for the click sounds. Figures no one has actually good images of it. Sure, there's video guides, but actually, yeah, there's probably video guides. 100% walkthrough. Thank you, random people who make crazy, over-the-top, thought-out videos. Let's see, are they in the chapel yet? Okay, yeah, that's too far. That's Neil. We'll want to see him in a minute, but not yet. Sorry, I've got a video open that I'm just trying to follow along, see where they're going. Guess I could have just looked up Eclipse Hotel, because I know where it is. They just sprinted in and back out. You can't even get a good upward view. I suppose in a speed run-through, you're not really admiring the scenery, are you? Well, I can still get something useful out of this. Well, we'll see. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to suggest it's been 1 hour or so since we started streaming, and that means it's time to drink some water, stand up, stretch your muscles, do what you need to do. I'm going to do the same and be back in just a couple of minutes, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Howdys and salutations, y'all. We are back, although we won't be doing much just yet. I'm trying to find... This is the dumbest thing ever. Aha! The Elden Ring folder. I'm trying to find my old screenshots of Castle Sol. Because I know I've got some. But I also took a stinking ton of Elden Ring screenshots, because the game is gorgeous. Where in tarnation is that? Right, I was just like... Right, that was the co-op run. Okay, so earlier than that. That's Salt's run. That's Engval. Possibly... No, maybe Oleg? Right, I should be able to tell those apart. Ah, okay. I think that Nook is... Yes! Okay, here we go. Awesome. Okay, I only got one that's kind of at the right angle, but it's the angle we need. And I think... that might be telling in its own right, too. So that's the center of the room, so actually it would be back there. Okay. Here we go. Got my Elden Ring screenshot up here. Pardon my character. But this is the ceiling, looking somewhat up from... Yeah, So let's get to the start. Castle Sol, awesome. That could just be a stinking desktop background, and it's just a random stinking part of the castle. Anyway, nice view. Really nice view. I guess Elden Ring spoilers, but, like, it's been a long time now. And in any case, this is not like, these are not important spoilers. Let's see. What little about them is spoilery, you'd have had to have gotten to this part of the game to even understand what the heck it is, so, yeah. I think we're in the clear. So this is the door you come through. It leads outside, as you can tell. Nice tall wall there. Floor view from... So this is the view sort of from the, I guess altar, the sacrifice place. Oh, that's a statue behind it. Not as significant as I thought it'd be when I was taking the screenshots, but I didn't want to have to come back here because this room is full of murder. Nasty enemies in Castle Sol. I've beaten Melania and they still scare me. Let's see. So we got that nice hall. We've got these nice, like, triple clusters of columns there. I am standing in a nook. Ugh. Okay, where is this double door? Or is that a double door? I mean, it's got handles. And then we're outside. Is that main entrance is not a double... No, it is. Okay, so that's that doorway, most likely. So we're looking up. And so there's the tower in the middle of the room. And then the altar would be directly behind Ollie here. Yeah, this is an older... Well, this is an old attempt at making an Elden Ring character model to match an old version of an OC. So, a little dated, but I still like Ollie from the Elden Ring playthrough, just because, I don't know, you spend 200 hours with a character, at some point you're like, I like this one. And then there's the exterior. So you can see the altar is actually under this part. Probably somewhere here. And then that tall column is there. View of the exterior of the castle. Oh, more. Okay, there is more in here. Okay, nice view of some of the walls with the arched barrel ceiling. Almost Romanesque. Dude, just chillin'. I wish I'd turned off the UI there, because that dude was having a lovely nap. Oh, there was a version of Salt. Okay. Yeah, we've gotten slightly off track. In any case... I do believe some of that could be useful for developing background for this. Because if we're on the altar, facing that direction, And what we're going to see is the barrel vaults of the ceiling that I didn't really get a good screenshot of course. Like, one thing I didn't screenshot in that room, and I don't want to go back. At least not today. But as much as the symmetry ruler is nice, it's not going to get us what we need. Not in the perspective we're going for, anyway. It is cool, though. Boopy-doo. Okay, second thing. Horizon line. Where the heck is it? Its vanishing point is going to be on the horizon line. Well, unless, because not all three of them are, and if you've got 3 point, then they're not. If it's 1 point, then it is. Oh. I don't have enough. Pardon me. I don't have enough brain left today to try to think out that kind of perspective stuff. So let me just get a big ol'... There we go. Better. If horizon line is horizon line is somewhere here. That's... Wow. That was incredibly bad. Trying to draw between the same 2 points? How did I get that much variance? Still terrible. Okay. Things to practice later. Line quality and consistency, rather. Okay. Now I know at some point in an earlier version of this, we had a vanishing point. That's like a completely unrelated version. So we don't want sketch. We probably want reworks with not little guy, although I like little guy. That's pose refinement. That's pose discovery. Arm. Ah, that's pretty close to what we ended up with, ain't it? There we go. Still, it's actually at a different angle as well. New torso and new torso. Okay, that might be the one we ended up going with. Oops. Yep, that was the one. New left arm. And clean lines. Oh, man. Much earlier version that. Alright, but this does actually have a like clear direction it's vanishing towards, at least. And if we want to make the vanishing point his face, which it can't quite be, the vanishing point's going to be a little above his head, but that's okay. If we're here. Nope, not that one. Alright, let me not do this ad hoc haphazard, but actually, like... The point is, they're vanishing somewhere there. That's what we really need to know here. Which means that our horizon line is also somewhere up there. Ish. And with that knowledge, then we've got something we can work with. Not much of a light source, but that's okay. We can fudge a light source as needed. If that's our vanishing point, though. That can't be our only vanishing point. Well, actually, I guess it technically could be. Like every column eventually vanishes towards it. It's just that a lot of them get cut off by a roof before they reach that point. Still not... not quite what we're aiming for, I don't think. Digging back through my screenshots for my own sanity. I did not do a good job getting the images for this last time we did photos. There's so many gaps. Okay. Ah, okay. That's the angle I'm taking it. Got it. Okay. I mean, I know roughly, I'm just not going to be able to get the perspective in a way that is meaningful right now. Part of it is that that's just, like, feel way too low. Nope. I mean, that's the right perspective for the room, or a right perspective for the room, but not with these two standing in it. I think it's still got to be just quite far off. Perspective, you've come to haunt me again. I like perspective normally, but with this piece, I'm just like, oh no. If we just put Miquella in front of it, does it still work better? Okay, yeah, that still kind of works. Okay. Because, of course, in reality, not just barrel vaults all the way down. Although it could be. If we need to fudge it, but I don't think we do. That at one of these, there is, in fact, an opening at the top. We're not going to see all that much of. Okay, opening going up. We've, of course, got, like, nice little windows. Could be light sources, but aren't at the moment. We want to be careful about including them. Or rather, not including them. And then once again, anything behind Miquella needs to actually be behind Miquella, even if it's just this little, like, proxy Miquella here. If I were to then dunk my value sketches back on top of that, looks very neon. Sort of like a... You ever make, like, Jell-O and you put two colors into the same... Never mind. Been a long time since I made Jell-O. I had to do that. It's fun and easy and quick. Well, except for the waiting for it to chill part, but generally quick. Really not the healthiest, though, for my diet. Fine. I'll wait till I'm off the diet, I guess. I guess that's right. I have been up to some stuff. I have changed my eating habits considerably. That's been exciting. Okay. Obviously, having all of that stuff back there would be way, 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 way too much detail and distraction. We don't want that. But what we can do... Actually... Well, rather, we actually ought to grab the red, shouldn't we? We'll have our light source perhaps up there in like a little window. Cut off, of course. Not much visible as to why it's cut off. And we can just have a couple of these bricks highlighted rather than the whole thing. We'll just have like a couple of strands where it's relevant. Anything that directs the eye back towards Miquella still. Maybe these windows, maybe these windows. Could maybe do the barrel art, like one of the barrel vaults. Something to work on. But again, we'd want that to all be extremely faint. With just enough detail to like not be distracting. To not look important. Because if you just have like a single line, it'll be like, oh, there's a line there, that must be important. No, we want just enough detail to not be important at stinking all. Let's see. Do I want Nile or O'Neill? I think I want Nile. Yeah, I want Nile. Okay. Just looking up a reference image for to sketch a certain somebody in. Certain somebody who I actually find super cool. The image gallery is certainly dramatic. Look at this dude. Combined with two other knights that are themselves almost as threatening as he is. Not this one so much. I mean, it's still very capable of murdering you, but this dude. Oh my word. Of course, halberds, consistently a signifier of the most dangerous, stinking enemies in this game. You see an enemy with a halberd, it's usually time to bail. Thinking back to Dark Souls 1 with the Black Knights. I mean, you could still backstab the heck out of them, and the Greatsword ones were also extremely dangerous, but Black Knight halberd, doozy of a weapon. Okay. Why did I close that window? Dagnabbit, I lost my train of thought for a second. Okay. Okay. Recently closed. History. Recently closed. Not Veggie Tales, that was me chatting with friends the other night. But, Nile. Woo! You go, buddy. And by go, I mean please go away. You're too dangerous. I think it'd be interesting to have him, like, standing attention, just, like, somewhere over here. I don't love the lag we're getting. I don't know, we could also have him looming just like off screen, like just his shoulder lurking. It feels like it'd be kind of a weird spot for him. Couple options. In any case, I want to be able to hide the reworking layer so that we can focus on this funny little background. Yeah, I think whenever we do the final post to Miquella, we will have a couple of different color variations. One of them will definitely just be the flat black and white, and then we'll maybe have some with different options. Weirdly, I'm liking this candy color looking one, but it doesn't have the same ominous... Like, it still feels tonally off. Maybe background will help that, maybe it won't. We'll see. Did I really just call it Background Sketch Mania? I don't even remember typing that. I'm sure I just recorded myself doing it like 10 seconds ago. Okay, brain. Let's maybe, like, chill out on that a little bit. Okay. A little bit there, which actually does fit our light source super well, fortuitously. And then we can think about what else is going to get hit by that light. Possibly. And again, I don't know how much of this we'll actually want to include. Step 1 is just actual light reflections a little bit. As best as I can sort of gauge them. That funky crest on his helmet. There we go. This is not, obviously this isn't how we want it to look, that's just kind of messy. But this kind of piecemeal fragmentary, you don't have the whole scene, you can't see everything, is very much something that I'm liking to go for here. That's the wrong layer for that. I don't know if we'll actually want to have any sign of the exit at all. Perhaps not. A little more visible over there, perhaps? I don't know. In any case, honestly, this is further than I'd anticipated getting today. In that we've got color that's a thing, at least. So I'm probably going to leave it at that for tonight, because I do need to wrap up tomorrow. Someone's scheduled a meeting 7:30 in the morning, so I need to be able to actually go to that. Oh well. It's a good meeting, needs to happen. And due to time zones, it makes some amount of sense. But it doesn't change the fact that it's going to be an early morning. Which means, unfortunately, we got to have an early stream wrap today. But thank y'all for visiting, thank y'all for dropping by. Hope y'all had a good time, or at least, you know, a passable time. I mean, I hope y'all had a good time, but can't promise anything. But with that, I do think we'll be wrapping up for the night. I don't think we're going to do any raids tonight. I mean, I'll check who's on Twitch. But I normally with raids, I want to stick around afterwards. I'm not just going to raid and bail. And, unfortunately, I don't really have the time to do that well right now. Oh, and there's so many people... there's so many people streaming right now. Of course there are. Oh well. If you want to go check someone out, Galactic Tragedy's doing some Baldur's Gate 3, which is always a blast and worth looking at. And then I'm trying to remember who this streamer is. Ah, okay. Oh, right, there's someone who does VTuber models. Okay. Let's see, that one is... Stop Sign Cam is always a blast. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, cool. But yeah, go check out Galactic if you'd like, but otherwise, I will be heading out for the night. Thank you all once again for dropping by, whenever you may be. And, I hope that whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, night, or 3 a.m., y'all are having a good one. I'll see y'all on the flip side.